Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. I am known as Autumn around here, and today I've got the crazy pin curls going and Goldfinger. You are gold, always believe in your soul. You've got the power to know you're indestructible. Always believe it. I've got the pen. I have got the notebook. And I don't know if any of you saw, I posted on YouTube, and I posted the same thing on Twitter after reading an article this morning about the Orange Fura's, the deposed Fura, reading more about the things he used to get up to. Oh, thank you, Jack. Yeah, I've got a question. Disrat, hair up, cards down, make way for Autumn and Boo Boo. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. And he's snoozing right here. He's snoozing right here. But anyway. All right. So, yeah, got the crazy. Got the super crazy hair. Woo. Wild. Anyway. Thank you. Katie's saying, what can we do to make sure justice is served? Well, I think that's what we're gonna go on today. I usually take your 12 political questions at noon, but I think I might be using up a little bit today, a few of those today, because I want to ask some questions specifically about taking Trump down legally and politically, but also how we got to this point. Because those of you who didn't see the postings, my question for today was, why hasn't someone punched Donald in the face really hard? So anyway, thank you. If you're watching, I'll quickly run through this. If you're watching this on replay, hello, welcome. Do come by if you ever can. Usually I take all 12 questions. Today I've got a few of my own, but then I'll take some more. Just put anything in all caps in the chat is how you talk to me. And other than that, please just type normally when you're talking to other people. So then I'll know that it's specifically aimed at me. If I don't read on your question, if I don't acknowledge you, it is never anything personal, I promise. I would feel terrible if I had hurt your feelings. So 10% of all the income that comes into the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. Ever since the channel was first monetized and into the future. That's just how I roll around here. We have epic troll slayers. Thank you to our epic troll slayers. And yeah. Oh, and tomorrow night it is Friday. Hello, everybody. It's Friday, January 29th. For long-suffering patrons. Thank you. I know that you don't get a huge amount for being a patron, but I am grateful for you. Tomorrow night is our monthly patron-only tarot ramble, where we just hang out for a couple of hours or so, and all the crazy questions, usually not political. I mean, we've done everything from let's talk to Orson Welles to let's look at, space travel to, just all the fun and crazy. So that's tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock Central Time in the US, and it's all tiers for patrons. Okay, so, and thank you for your patience with me. Is that it? Because I have questions. I mean, you guys have great questions, but I have questions. And it's going to get kind of dark today. because we're going to look at some of the things Trump did. I'm going to try to keep it as clean as possible and as least upsetting as I can manage, because, yeah. Uh-huh. Vanity Fair has just come out with an article by Craig Unger. Well, it came out on the 21st, so it came out about a week ago. And close that. Vanity Fair, he's a scandal. He's a lot of fun to be with, quote unquote. Inside Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump's epic bromance, beginning in the 80s, for entertainment purposes only. Oh, well. Yes, entertainment purposes, absolutely. Thank you, Keisha. Beginning in the late 80s, the infamous Epstein and future president and their mutual friend, Ghislaine Maxwell, as I call her, palled around for almost 2 decades. In an excerpt from his new book, American Kompromat, the author exposes their shared taste for private planes, shady money, and foreign-born models, many of them on the younger side. Okay. We don't really need to go into there. You can find out more information online, if you so wish, about Trump's modeling agency, why he was probably, allegedly, why he bought all those, what do you call it, the pageants, why he spent money on something to basically, in a Miss Universe, Miss World, to bring in young, attractive women from all over the world. So I will just share a couple of small things. Star Puzzler, hi Autumn, I read your book. It was enjoyable. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Enjoyable. We might need to talk about that later, because it's like, what? Enjoyable. I hope it was good. Anyway, I'll just go through a couple of things here. It was a world of unimaginable decadence. And the epicenter of the operation was Epstein's enormously opulent Upper East Side townhouse. Yes. All the cons. Okay, all this. I'm not reading all of this. I'm not reading 99% of this. It's just all ugly. This is over at Vanity Fair. Within the context of their highly transactional relationships, Trump's friendship with Epstein struck onlookers as significant, mutually beneficial. In the 90s, Trump needed friends. He had just gone belly up in Atlantic City. In addition to helping Trump get back on his feet, Epstein seemed to be a latter-day Hugh Hefner, surrounded by gorgeous young women, bespoke private planes, and spectacular residences, all while Ghislaine orchestrated a never-ending series of movable feasts. Yeah, and then it goes into like what he was doing with his time, which makes me want to hurl. Trump fit right in. And you've heard most of this stuff. But there are 2 things in here. One, Trump was warned about Epstein going after younger girls, and he ignored it, of course. Um, who is this guy? Horny? The organizer. Okay. Trump fit right in. At one highly selective party in 92 at Trump's, I heard earlier this morning, Mar-a-Lago Resort in Palm Beach. That was good. That was good. Wave positive change. Lori, it was very good. No fewer than 28 attractive young women were flown in to participate in a calendar girl competition as entertainment. The organizer, George Horny, who ran American Dream Enterprise, a small Florida company that staged a calendar girl contest and other events, was appalled to learn that there were only two male guests, Trump and Epstein. Quote, Donald, this is supposed to be a party with VIPs. Horny told Trump, according to the Times, you're telling me it's you and Epstein? I know Jeff really well. I can't have him going after younger girls. But Trump ignored Horny's warning and plowed ahead anyway. Horny's longtime girlfriend, Jill Harth, later told the New York Times that Trump groped her nonstop at a business meeting around the same time. He was relentless, she said, describing how Trump took the couple to dinner, sat beside her, and put his hands up her skirt. High up her skirt. She said, I didn't know how to handle it. I would go away from him and say, I have to go to the restroom. It was the escape route. And it just goes, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. And then all this talk about, well, Trump got away from Epstein. He didn't like his Epstein's lifestyle. Garbage. Their relationship actually broke up. And this is the cover. This is the cover of the book. So this is an excerpt from that. Yeah, it's just bad. But I'm trying to get to the part about why they stopped being friends. Wow. Yeah, I mean, this just goes on. I'm sorry. Here we go. Here we go. 2004. After a friendship of roughly 17 years. They were friends for 17 years. During that time, Epstein was assaulting young women 2-3 times every single day. But you're hanging out with the guy for 17 years. 2004, Trump and Epstein had a serious falling out. Epstein sought to buy a spectacular oceanfront mansion in Palm Beach. It was being sold out of a bankruptcy auction. 62,000 square feet, blah, blah, blah. It had once been owned by a billionaire retailer who was close to Epstein. Says something about that person, too. Epstein had his heart set on the house, but he planned to make one last major renovation project once he bought it. He wanted to relocate the swimming pool. I want to hurl. He brought Trump to the property to give him advice on how to do it. But before the sale was finalized, Epstein was horrified to see that Trump, who was still underwater financially from his Atlantic City bankruptcies, outbid him with an offer of more than $41 million for the property. The purchase was financed by Deutsche Bank. which was already holding dubious loans for Trump. Epstein was apoplectic and became even more enraged when Trump, soon thereafter, put the house up for sale for $125 million. Finally, Trump sold the house to Russian oligarch Dmitry. I've watched Rachel. I've seen her story on this. I'm going to massacre this name. Rybolovlev. Something like that. Anyway, sold the house to a Russian oligarch for reported $96 million in 2008, never having lived there, and Epstein threatened to sue him. The two men never spoke again. According to someone who knew him, when Palm Beach police began investigating Epstein's relationship with young women, Epstein believed Trump got the police to investigate him in retaliation for threatening to sue. There are potentially some compromising photos. Their friendship frayed beyond repair. Epstein became less discreet as the keeper of Trump's secrets and was not averse to showing off potentially compromising photos of him and Trump. An associate of Epstein's showed him one photo of Trump with a young girl without a top on. In another, the source said Trump is with two young girls who are said to be laughing as they point out what appears to be, okay, yeah, I'm not going to go there. Okay, so that's over at Vanity Fair, and that's the new book that's coming out. And I wanted to share all of that with you. Because I have questions. Boy, do I have questions. So I thought, let's look at the questions. First question I have, I'm going to start with some very general, like how we got here kind of questions. And I'm smiling so I do not start swearing, crying, throwing things. So I'm just going to, I'm going to be smiling through all of this. Okay, first of all, I have to start with something you should know about the person reading. All right. When I worked in retail, a lot of people who've worked anywhere, but when I worked retail, I had some very difficult things happen to me. The least of which was two completely separate people who I had my hair down, and they literally walked up behind me, started running their hands through my hair like this. Your hair is so beautiful. And I jumped forward and spun around. And if they, one, I really needed that job. I really needed that job. Two, they were elderly. They were each elderly. One was a man, one was a woman. But my hand, I kept my hand down at my side, but my hand curled into a fist. Do not touch me. I will not go into the details of other things that happened to me that were a lot less channel friendly. just some of the truly disgusting things that some people would do. Which heavily contributed to my PTSD. So I understand the idea of really needing a job and not being willing to stand up to someone like Trump in some sense. But I guarantee you, if any man put his hand up my skirt, I'd be making a scene. I'd be making a big scene. And yeah. And I know not everybody can do that. It depends how vulnerable you are. But it's just, it was the reason that stood out to me was it was the girlfriend of this guy. It wasn't one of the younger women. It was this girlfriend. So it got me thinking, since there are so many instances of this, of Trump trying to break up marriages for fun, of Trump doing all of this stuff. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Why hasn't somebody punched Trump in the face? I'm not saying they should. I'm not saying violence is the answer. You know I'm very anti-violence around here. But why hasn't someone punched him in the face? And why hasn't someone at least, broken some of his tiny little fingers? Like grab finger twist in self-defense. That's my first question. I'm wondering. I'm not saying it should happen. But yeah, why hasn't someone punched Donald in the face really hard? Hi, Aaron Sun. Good day, Autumn. Hello, everyone. I hope you're well and good today. Aaron Sun, you might want to quietly just back out of the room. Oh, we're talking about this today. Okay. Thank you. Oh, Rachel, yeah, working at a pub, people touching your body, grabbing you, and you couldn't do anything. Yep. So why hasn't somebody just hauled off and clocked Trump in his ugly fat face? And I don't have any issue with people's weight in general. It's him I have an issue with. Anonymous, passing out Tums for everyone. Yeah. Whew. Hey, Jack. Hey, Autumn, I think we should let loose today. Just say what's on your mind. If you say bad things, say it. Just let it go today. Just say what you want. Oh, thank you. Phyllis, that's why it infuriates me when people say, why didn't you say or do something? Yeah, you don't know where people are in their journey. You don't know. You if you really need that job, you can't hit a customer. And the idea that it's self-defense, it depends on how desperate a situation you're in. You gotta read. Oh, what? Like, go on with the reading. All right, why hasn't this jerk? Yeah, there's some fiery women out there too. And why did his wives put up with him? Why? He wasn't, Melissa, sorry, he's rich and powerful and could ruin them. He cheated on his wife continuously. Anyway. Why hasn't and if it not even necessarily one of the women, what about boyfriends? What about husbands? Yeah, I know he's got money, but buddy, you don't have that much money. The men were afraid he'd financially ruin them. Lots of trauma. And anytime the police would get involved, he would just gum up the works. So that surprises me. That surprises me. Because let me tell you, anybody out there, well, you're probably not watching this channel, but anybody out there who's thinking about having an affair, who's thinking about putting their hands where they shouldn't, assaulting someone, male or female, you may think this is all fun and games, but it's domestic stuff, which is how most murders happen. I'm just throwing that out there. The level of danger you're in, nothing bad would happen. Are you kidding me? Worried about a little bit of money, even with all the damage. Try to do things legal. I'm amazed. I'm amazed. It was Vanity Fair. Name of the article. Is, oops, back to the top. That's the article. Came out about a week ago. It's by Craig Unger, Vanity Fair. Linda, hi everyone, just popped in. Love to everyone watching on TV, so can't chat. Blessings to all. Everybody who's being so friendly, like, hey, how's it going? Okay, so really, Trump did this for year after year after year after year after year after year. And nobody punched him in the face. Nobody broke his tiny little fingers. Nobody made it their life's mission to bring this horrible human being to justice or just down in general. He's litigious. It's the fact that he was litigious. Hey, Linda G, love you. Is Linda G here? I'd be floored. I'd be floored. It'd be great, but I'd be floored. She doesn't usually go on anybody's channel. Yeah, this is his. He moves on. Move on her like a. Remember the Access Hollywood? That's what this is. And this is his legacy. So, and that's it. Yeah, that's his legacy. He just went tra-la, tra-la. Why? This is what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. How did he get away with such horrible, horrible things for so long? Yeah, and I know part of it's you choosing people who are vulnerable and choosing people who won't fight back. But someone who feels this invulnerable and does this much for this long, I be girl, I got hanged man too. Yeah, what? Predators do pick people in weak positions, but this much for this long? I know, okay, I know people are more decent than he is. Stay away from him. I mean, a lot of people despise him in New York. I think this has a lot to do with it. It isn't just that he's laundering Russian money and all of this. But this is... Epstein was protecting him. Epstein was protecting him. It's Trump's connections, but more than that, it's one of the reasons they were friends. Entertainment only, what do I know? But that's what this says. Epstein was able to get away with what he did for so long because he had compromising material on all kinds of people. All kinds of people. The legacy, Trump's time with young women by the pool. That's it isn't just that he was litigious. That was part of it. That kept part of it, but it was... So, was 30, 33, 30, was Epstein protecting Trump? Protecting Trump. Phyllis, he's arrogant. He's also stupid and reckless. Certainly someone wanted to or came close to punching his lights out. Yeah. I'm not saying that people should be violent. I don't. I'm very you know, I'm not, I don't believe in violence, but I do believe in self-defense. And I do know that there are people out there that are not as anti-violence as I am. And you get enough emotional, you get people on high emotion. So, okay, was Epstein protecting Trump? Yeah, there are conversations going on in the chat that I'm just going to stay away from because I don't quite understand what's going on. If there's something you specifically want to say to me, please just put it in all caps. Other than that, I'm just going to ignore because there are things going past. Anyway, was Epstein protecting Trump? Because Trump accepted Epstein and what Epstein was doing. He likes him on the younger side. Bull. Trump knew what was going on. I believe that. What sign was Epstein? Keeping quiet. But it was just a matter of time. Capricorn, I think. That would make sense. But all the stuff going on, keeping it quiet. I bet Trump was so selfish. So was Epstein protecting Trump? And then why, if Epstein was so angry, why didn't he turn on Trump? Because he was in the pictures too. Epstein was an Aquarius. Okay. Thank you. Capricorn, January 20th. Okay, so he was on the borderline. Was Epstein protecting Trump? Yes. Because what was going on at the island thing, I think could come back to haunt him. Keep it hidden, get more victims. Epstein could have ended Trump, but he would have had to end himself and what he was doing to take down Trump. Epstein kept all that information to himself so that it was in case he started going down, he could take others down with him or make them protect him. So, answer to that is yes. Was Epstein protecting Trump? Yes. Trying to think of the best way to bring this up. Kashmir, Epstein was blackmailing a lot of the rich and famous, although Trump was neither. True. Shared mutual destruction. So now we're really into entertainment only. Okay, are those photos, is proof of some nature going to come out against Trump? And like, as in, what happened to it all? Where'd it go? Entertainment only. So is proof going to come out, and did Trump have anything to do with E's big old derp nap? All right, so 3930. Okay, that's an excerpt from a book that I read to you. There was talk of photographs of that Trump's in with potentially is that compromising material? Is any of that compromising material going to be made public? Are we going to see compromising material on Trump about his actions with young women and Epstein? is compromising proof going to come out? So far, he's gotten away with it. It just makes you wonder what's sitting in a safety deposit box somewhere in New York or Florida or wherever. Secrets come out in time. Those photographs would be very, very sad. Very sad. And that's what I'm getting right in the center. Damage done. An end to the chaos and rancor, because this is wands that Trump has been a part of. It's ending. And secrets coming out in time. I think eventually we will. Entertainment only. $42. Did Trump have anything to do with E's big old dirt nap? Did Trump have anything? Yeah, Ghislaine. We're gonna have to look at Ghislaine. All right, Trump. Let me see if I can get this energy. Oh, he's very... It's like I'm confronting him with this energy and he's just... He gets this really nasty look on his face. Like, it's like, oh, man. I don't like mocking people. I really don't. I've always found that to be... The people who mock others... I always find to be particularly just a heinous way of arguing and explaining and going about things. But that I didn't know how else to explain that. So that's what I was getting. But I don't like mocking people, even him. I don't like mocking anybody. I think it says something bad about the mocker as opposed to the mockee. My cards feel hot. My cards feel warm. Did Trump have anything to do with E's big dirt nap? Thank you, Sammy. He's afraid. Trump's afraid Epstein stuff is going to come out. He's literally afraid. Belligerent when I confront him energetically, but he's actually very, very afraid. And for card for the reading. Disappointment, fear. It's hello, kitten. How are you? How are you, little fluffy pillow? Need a little positive energy generator. My co-host, Boo Boo Zen Kitty. Trump is in such a position of power. I get the same thing when I read on this. I get the same thing. I'll try again. But I get the same answer every time I read on this, and that is that E was psychologically, he was pushed. He did the act himself, but he was pushed. And I believe Ghislaine was still free at that point, so she would be able to cover some stuff up, hide things away. So it wasn't like he'd be gone and thank you, impish artist. Thank you. Appreciate that. It wouldn't be like his estate would suddenly be exposed. The amount of damage done to these women, little girls grow up to be women. Women feel stronger to speak out. I agree, Ed. And Dave, I agree. Barr helped push him over the cliff. I believe that. That's entertainment only. Oh, don't feel hopeless, Artemis. Don't feel hopeless. No. That's why I'm reading on this. This is going to be about, the whole thing here today is going to be about taking monsters down legally and politically. I was just curious why someone hadn't taken some action into their own hands earlier on. Yeah, he was hampered. He knew it was coming. He was sent a message. E was, thank you, Chris. Thank you. Appreciate that. He was sent the message. That there was they had so many witnesses. They had so many witnesses willing to speak out against him. Again, young women. He was just pushed. So was it just Barr? I don't think so. Sort of truth. I think the sort of truth was handed from hand to hand. They're going to win. They're going to win against you. You have two choices. The prosecutor is going to convict you, or the big dirt nap. All right. Well, that was awful. I'm glad you're here with me, though, because I would hate to look at this. Artemis, how can we best combat the feelings of hopelessness and despair? Justice, agency, prayer, drawing down positive energy, drawing down divine energy into the world. Truth will come out. If the vibration's high enough, there are no shadows for this gunk to hide in. And plus, we have each other. Is any of it ever going to come out? Is any of it ever going to come out? There are people worried because they know they're going to go to jail. This is my card of fear of going to jail. But I'm getting this. What I got here was get the message. You have two choices. You're going up the river forever, or big dirt nap. Okay. So that's that. Let's have a look at E. Jean Carroll's. Boy, I'm feeling ornery today. I normally don't like. I don't like going into this energy and then or trying to dip into this energy and then doing other things. So I'm just trying to. I'm down in that down in that muck. Thank you for the light and protection, Aronson. Thank you. E. Jean Carroll's lawsuit 51, because he doesn't have any excuse now. Thank you, Gina, sorry. I misread that, Gina. Thank you. Very kind. Yeah. Agent Carroll's, he doesn't have any excuse not to give her his DNA. Thank you, everybody. All right. Agent Carroll. Entertainment only. What do I know? In the chat, Jahay Bella saying Sniffy did it. I have very strong feelings about this. And energetically, I don't think there's any question. Eliza, Autumn, take a brief break and do your light work. I will in a minute. But I'm down in the muck, so it's like, all right, bring it. Mims, thank you for being here with us. Light must be put on the evil so that we can fix it. Thank you for having a strong constitution. Thank you, Mims. Thank you. Yeah, right now, bring it. Eugene Carroll's lawsuit. I can't stay in it. We're not going to go on to some of the other things I don't normally read on because it's going to be too much. But today it's about taking Trump down legally and politically. That is what she said happened. I believe her. Personally, I believe her. Oh, her lawyer, is it Roberta Haplin? Is that the right name? Her lawyer's amazing. She's standing up to him. He's doing this. It was a long time ago. It didn't happen. Blah, 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 blah. I'll bury you under legal brief. This is going to cost you a fortune. I have infinite money. And we'll get to that. And she's like, oh, heck no. You want to bankrupt me? Go right ahead. She has evidence. That's what this is saying. This is my card of evidence, and it feels very strong. She has evidence. So, is she going to win this lawsuit? Is she going to take him to the cleaners? And it wasn't there was somebody else who had a lawsuit. Is that still going on? Summer? Her name was Summer or something? You ought. Why I oughta. Yeah. Prosecutors or lawyers. I actually, I think this is Kaplan. Thank you, Kara. Trump, pay up big money. Summer Zervos, that was it. Thank you. Evidence. Go ahead and try to bankrupt me. Judgment, not just legal judgment, judgment all around. Pay up. Boom. Good. Are any of the other other accusers successfully hit Trump legally? Let's put it that way. Hit Trump legally. I should check to see what's going on in the 57. I should really check to see what's going on in astrology, because there's got to be something sitting on my there's got to be something firing up my Mars today, or my Eris something. Man, okay. Will other accusers successfully hit Trump legally? Will other female accusers successfully hit Trump legally? That's legal heartache. This is the swords are what I get for legal things. Legal heartache, legal headache. Strong women. Strong women. Bless every one of them. He was in a position of power. But he damaged them. This is the card I'm getting for victims. Is this powerful man, he damaged them, but I also wondering if this is he just doesn't have the money, or it just is that just the damage he did, or is that he's gonna have to pay up or he's gonna have to something financial huge basically Trump running out of money. End of the old way. It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new dawn, and I'm feeling good. Witnesses, all the witnesses. He's been able to fight them off. They use something against him. Something he's used against them. They're like taking it and using it themselves. Unfortunately, too much of this stuff is statute of limitations. This is justice stolen. But what is this? Secrets, higher wisdom. It's the High Priestess. We have strong women. High Priestess is a strong woman. Yeah, why hasn't some powerful, magic user witch somewhere just hexed him back into the Dark Ages? I wouldn't waste my time, but that higher wisdom, therapy, finding a way to move on. Statutes of limitations are a big problem. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate that. Oh, so many suits. So much stuff. So many expensive lawyers' fees. Oh, Trump was litigious. And he's going to learn what litigious is. That might be what they're going to use. It's like, this is what he uses to act out, and the women and other people are just like, give me that. You want litigious? I'll give you litigious. I have my Mars in Pisces. I don't believe in violence. I have a Cancer moon. If you're around me, more than anything, I want to feed you carbs and make sure you're warm and safe. I have an emotional need to know that, you're all cozy and happy. Well, cozy. I can't necessarily do happy, but I can do cozy. I can do that for you. Anyway. But at the end of the day, my son's in Scorpio. Dave, you're hitting Trump on his most crucial day. Good job. Why is today his most crucial day? Something going on? This is very much, you think you were litigious about what he did? Kaplan and maybe she'll take on some other cases like that, like Eugene Carroll's. Insult to injury. They can still do him damage. They can just drag him through the muck. You want attention? That's it. You're litigious and you want attention. Jujitsu. I think is how you say it. Use someone's force against them. Hello, Crystal. Okay. All right. So we've dealt with Trump attacking women. I want to go through some of the other stuff. I'm so sorry I haven't taken your questions today, and feed me carbs sounds good to me. I have a waffle maker. I want to move on to some other horrible stuff. So I'm sorry that I haven't taken your questions today. I'm like kind of on a roll here. IRS. Take down Trump. Because, where are we? We're at 105. Will the IRS take down Trump? Like balance, Autumn. It's called balance. Jane. Oh, no, it was John. Yes, let's move on to other horrible stuff. Oh, but hopefully horrible for him. IRS. Because normally the IRS, they just want their money. And so, they're most of the time, the IRS is perfectly content to, they're perfectly content to fine you. And thank you. But things are bad enough, or they're really not going to get their money, or if it's egregious enough, you're going to jail. And oh my gosh, are you going to jail if you've been messing around with the IRS to the tune of $73 million? Wasn't there? Rumor has it Sniffy owes them $100 million. Once you've gone over 70 million, what's another 30? IRS. It's not just full of drones. It's easy to think of the IRS as some kind of monolithic, and they kind of put up the front of, you need to pay your taxes or else. But there are some people there that they're not happy. They're not happy with what Trump has been getting away with. Oh, nay, nay. Oh, nay, nay. All right, IRS. You going to audit this guy's stuff finally? You going to... Hello, kitten. We're looking at the IRS. Yes, we are. We're looking at the IRS. Good boy. Yes. But you always pay your cuteness in full. The bully. Trump the bully, who thinks he can just bluster and be obnoxious and get away with everything. See how that's going to work out with you, with the Internal Revenue Service of the United States. Thank you. Thank you, Leah. That's a good question, Michelle. Who is in charge of the IRS? I don't know. Oh, it's a lot of money. That's a lot of money he owed, and he was able to successfully fend them off. Ah, hanging Chad. Hello, Chad. That's Major Arcana. That's Major Arcana, the chaos. That's Mar-a-Lago. As in IRS taking... Why are you here, Chad? Is the IRS going to come down on Trump like a ton of bricks? Are they going to start seizing stuff? Are they going to try to put Trump in jail? It's a sitting pretty card. He does a very good show of being wealthy, but it's all corrupt. Oh, Kathleen saying Janet Yellen, Secretary of the Treasury, is now in charge of the IRS. We'll have to check on her. that's such an audit. Oh, that's such an audit. America the Beautiful. He thinks he can still bully. He thinks he can, but he can't. He can't. There's nothing else he can do. He can't even go on Twitter and rail against the situation. He's been fighting the IRS for a long time, fighting off people seeing his taxes, all of the tax stuff. He's been using corporations or companies to do his accounting who would do things not great. He'll try to evade. He'll try to say it wasn't him. He didn't know. How would he know? You know. But this is the edit to, this is the audit to, this is the great granddaddy of all audits. That is an audit like, do you guys remember in Day After Tomorrow? Funniest line in the whole movie. Spoiler alert for Day After Tomorrow. It's kind of an old movie. But anyway, there's this horrendous cold coming down. And so a group of them are stuck, including looks like a teenage Jake Gyllenhaal. Hello, dear. They're stuck in the New York Public Library. And there's this horrendous cold coming that could kill them all. And so they're arguing over, we'll have to start burning the books. You're not burning the books. It's not, this is a Guggen, what do you call it? My brain's just gone blank. The Bible. Not Guggenheim, that's anyway. And, I can't, you're not going to do this. And one of the others kind of leans over and is like, hey, there's a whole section here in tax law. It's like, yeah, let's burn that because it's just this massive thing and nobody wants it. And Gutenberg, thank you. Gutenberg Bible, thank you. They're going to use all of it. The whole tax code, every last little bit. Okay, so if they're going to use every last little bit, what are they going to do? Like, what are they going to do to him? Are they going to try to put him in jail? Are they going to seize property? Are they going to put him in jail? Or both? Not that you guys said Janet Yellen. I can't get her out of my head. Oh, seizing stuff. I think there's actually the main energy I get on the idea of seizing stuff is actually coming out of New York. It's a Letitia James money laundering seizing of stuff. Oh. Lack of money, lack of money, lack of money. This is the center card. It's a card for the reading. Oh, they're going to shake. He's going to shake the whole family down to the foundations. Oh, man. Ivanka too. And of course the boys, but Trump doesn't care about that. Not really. It's going to shake the whole dynasty. Oh, Ooh, Wheel of Fortune is turning, and it's going to grind them down underneath it. Janet Yellen, 116. Janet Yellen and Trump. Sorry, I need a little sip here. David, Autumn, is Mnuchin of Versailles going to be implicated in 45's IRS issues? Could be. I think we'll have to look at him. I'm not going to look at him today, but that we should definitely look. Okay, the crazy hair is good, but not the actual like crazy. 11630. Janet Yellen and Trump. She gonna take him. She gonna have something to do with giving Trump a little dose of reality. Does she have his medicine without the spoonful of sugar? Roxy, this man will be swimming in court cases for years. Good was great being sued, no joke. I agree completely, but Janet Yellen. She's just a wee bit angry at Mnuchin. Yeah, she's not happy with it. But anyway, we're looking at John. She'll quote him a passage from the Yellenberg Bible. Like that. Oh man. Debbie, well, guess he may have a new favorite daughter, paging Tiffany. Yeah, consider she's marrying a billionaire or something. Janet Yellen and Trump. I think it. I think they're going to, things are going to start being looked at, and they're going to come to her. And while she's not a tax lawyer, I think it's going to be like they do what? Like, Tiffany is getting a law degree, but I haven't picked up that she's going to use it. She's going to get married. She's going to have a bunch of kids and raise her kids. That's and basically just roll in her husband's vault of money. Janet Yellen. Oh, hello, sweetness. How are you? Good boy. Oh, we're looking at icky stuff today, but this is Janet Yellen. She's coming in. This is all major arcana. She's got the higher wisdom. Things may look like they're going quiet for a while, but she's working behind the scenes because she's sending somebody to jail. Oh, the kitten. Oh, you are a good boy. Yes, we're happy about the idea of her sending Trump to jail. Yes, we are. We like that idea. We like the idea of justice. Whoops. Evidence and justice and things like that. Yes, we'd like those things. Okay. My card of illusions has gone down. You're so sweet. That's you. Hello, Kathleen. Thank you. You are precious. You are the good boy. Handsome. What do you think? Okay. You're so good. You're so good. What? Hey. Okay. You can take your claws out of my sweater, though. That would be nice. Big goofball. Hey. Okay. Move along. You're tired. Move along. I'm bleeding just a little bit. Sorry, guys. Hang on just a second. I'll be right back. Sorry. Okay. You can probably hear me again now. Sorry, I just wanted to disinfect this. And okay, so we've looked at money. Let's look at money laundering. Patty G. Wesley Snipes went to jail for not paying his taxes, so why can't Trump? That's what I was thinking earlier, and then I thought, yes, but Wesley Snipes has different colored skin, doesn't he? It's appalling. The inequality in the legal system is appalling. Anyway, Labrat, hi all. I'd love to see what my Autumn's apartment looks like. Maybe someday. Oh, Leah, will be nice to your meow me. Willie Nelson, that's true. That's true. No, I think Martha Stewart was, that was SEC violation, I think. Anyway. Money laundering. Trump and money laundering. And with that, we're going up to, that would be New York. Oh. New York, New York. Is it the toddling town? Where James is up and the Trumpers are down. Insider trading, that was it. Thank you. 124.30. Money laundering. Now we're talking. Well, we're talking Deutsche Bank, but we are. It's not just that. It's the people buying his condos and things. Holly's. My grandsons are here. The loves of my life. Time for some joy. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Trump money laundering. Let's see here. Hello, Christine. Christina. Sorry. It jumped and I missed the end. Thank you, Linda. Trump and money laundering. It's a lot of it's the real estate stuff. Will Trump be convicted of money laundering. Okay, it's a card of refusal. Is for a card for the reading. It might be what's happened up until now. Let's have a look at the cards and see what they say. Trump for money laundering. Yeah, that's how he made his money. That's it. Oh, whoo. I've got a tower card right in the center. In these odd number of cards, spread of 5 cards or 3 cards. The center card has the most power. That's a tower right in the middle. There's a moon card. There's America. Oh, that's a thing of beauty. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to fight you. Yeah, this is how you made your money. This is the only reason you can pretend to have money. Tower. That's what's going to happen to Trump with money laundering. Tower, moon, howling at the moon. All of America. Just, man. So, let's ask this. 127:30. Will Trump be held in jail at some point? We'll go to, is he going to go to prison, what have you, but will he be held, like arrested and held in jail? Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Will Trump be held in jail at any point? Held in jail. Actual jail cell. Thank you. Oh, my energy's doing weird stuff. Tapping into this, and it's like shaking, but it's like going higher. Which is kind of what would happen if he actually was arrested and held in a jail cell. I think we'd all be standing in front of the TV just like, be held in jail. It's really, I'm getting a very easy mental image of it being reported on the news, for what it's worth. Lack of money. Hard to make bail when you've had all of your assets seized. When I wish that, not good on the timing, but unless I get something that says specifically there's going to be a delay, but they've got to get in there, and they've got to go through all the paperwork. Some of that they've already done in New York. Stuff with the government, like the IRS stuff, they're still trying to get hold of that. There's not equal justice for people who have money, but there's still lawyers dumb enough to think he's actually going to pay them. There's just gathering up all of the things he's done. Everyone's very emotional. Very, very emotional. This feels more like house arrest. But we feel better because there's some kind of justice coming down. So really, he's not ever going to be even just put in jail awaiting whatever. Really. Now I got a temperance card, but I got 2 cards for the end. These are their own thing. This is the center card. All of his lies, he's going to be lying through his teeth. This would be being held in a jail. But this feels like a go home and stress about it. I'm getting COVID excuse. I've never once gotten that this man is going to, okay, will he ever be held in a jail? Yeah, I'm just not getting, there's not much point looking at more than that. Okay, well, I've covered 10 questions today. Let me do 11. Let me do 133. Will we have to wait for months until Trump is, how would I thank you, lucky girl. How long are we gonna have to wait? How long will we have to wait? Okay. $134. All right. How long are we going to have to wait until prosecutors move against Trump? How long are we going to have to wait until prosecutors move against Trump? And I agree. It seems like forever already. I know Tara's not good with time, and I don't know. I know. I think it's great that some people can get the, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months thing from certain cards. I never get that sense, I'm afraid. So I don't do that. But are we gonna have to wait months and months and months until somebody finally decides to move against Trump, a prosecutor, but actually charge, actually It feels like, well, the Republicans are already out of power, but they feel even weaker. What does that got to do with the price of beans? I don't know. Price of beans. It has new meaning. That expression has new meaning. Yeah, people just want to sleep at night. They just want to live. Yes. Oh, okay. That took an unexpected turn. Republicans weaker and weaker and weaker. Their power weaker. Insult to injury. Using higher wisdom and insult to injury, but it's normally this is like what Trump does, but this feels more like, because I get swords for law enforcement. This is more like law enforcement waits until something specific to be like, hi, you've been served, or you're being arrested, or there's an insult to injury aspect with the way they're going to bring this down. They're going to move against Trump. Law enforcement will move against Trump. The rest of us are just like, oh my gosh, can we have our country back now? And then it's like, oh, and don't forget Kushner. I wasn't even asking about him. It's like, oh yeah, they're going to come after a particular time or place that's going to be particularly insulting or awful to Trump. And don't forget Kushner. So I did get, like, beneath that, I've got Chad the Hanged Man, but that wasn't part of the reading. So it's 3 more cards. I just want to double check, see if I get any more information. Sally, I agree. There's so much stuff. Where do you begin? Oh, yeah. How long do we have to wait before law enforcement moves against Trump? Oh, the America card just went flying. I'll leave it down there for now. They've got what they need. In New York, they've got what they need. Very strongly. And they were really, really upset when they found what they found. But they have how the scam worked, and it was a scam. The whole business is a scam. There's scams within scams. Very strongly. The idea of this being a business, it's tin cups. They're painted gold, but they're just disposable for show. The only reason he isn't equated with getting tired and names are starting to elude me. Madoff. The only reason he isn't equated with Madoff is because he didn't look after other people's money, as in the sense of other, innocent people investing with him. But it's a huge scam. Huge scam, huge scam, huge scam. That's what they're going to say in court too. Trump Organization. Well, that's what's coming. So at least we know there is some justice on the way. Thank you for being with me today. I don't know how I could have gotten through all that awful energy without you. I am very grateful for you. Thank you. And thank you to our troll slayers. My gosh, you keep us safe. Oh, oh, it jumped. Lucky girl, your updo looks like mine did for my wedding day. Aw. As a kiss curls hanging by my ears. Aw. That's sweet. But anyway, thank you for everything. And I'll be back tomorrow. And for my long-suffering patrons, tomorrow night, All Tears is the kind of big thing that we do once a month, 8 p.m. Central Time in the U.S., Chicago time, which is where I am. We are going to, we spend 2 hours or so just looking at all kinds of wild and crazy things, and it's usually quite fun. It's usually very silly. Actually, one of my favorite moments, oh, I wish I could give you credit. I ended up reading on Orson Welles during one of the streams back, and I was like, ooh, Orson Welles. And I had my cards. I was like, oh, how do I look? Do I look okay? if I'm gonna be talking to Orson Welles. And so, and one of my fantastic patrons said, "You look alive." It's like, okay, there's that. Anyway, it was fun. All right. But hang in there. You're not alone. And I'll be back tomorrow. I'm here 7 days a week. I'm here every day. All right. And I so look forward to it. So thank you again. Hang in there. And I'll see you tomorrow.